the news tonight, Council of State passes vote of confidence on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Plus, NSCDC arrests suspects for vandalizing rail lines, impersonating security officials. A very warm evening to you and welcome to NTA Ijebu ode news at 7. I am Ijebu ode with the details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is hosting the Council of State meeting at the State House, Abuja. In attendance are former Nigerian leaders Goodluck Jonathan and Muhammadu Buhari, while other leaders joined virtually. Details of that report will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. President Bola Tinubu assents to the Judicial Office Holder Salaries and Allowances Bills, which increases emolument of judicial officers at the federal and state levels by 300%. In a statement, the Special Advisor to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senator Bashir Lado, says the signing underscores President Tinubu's prioritization of welfare of Nigerian workers, just as he recently assents to the new national minimum wage of 70,000 naira. Senator Lado says the newly prescribed salaries and allowances for judicial officers reflect current economic realities, adding that the prompt signing of the salary bills demonstrates the dedication of President Tinubu to ensuring that every salary earner in Nigeria, especially those serving vital and strategic roles, receive the recognition and compensation they deserve. He commends the leadership and members of the 10th National Assembly for their commitment to improving the welfare of Nigerians and urges judicial officers to redouble their efforts in ensuring speedy dispensation of justice for Nigerians. Still on the President Bola Tinubu will tomorrow, Wednesday, depart Abuja for Malabo, Equatorial Guinea, on a 3-day official visit to honor the invitation of the President. A statement by the Presidential Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngalale, indicates that President Tinubu will meet with the Equatorial Guinea President at the Presidential Villa on arrival, where meetings will be held between the two leaders and agreements, particularly on oil and gas and security, signed. The President will be accompanied on the trip by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, and other members of his cabinet who will be involved in the signing of agreements and review of opportunities to improve bilateral relations.
A statement by the Presidential Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngalale, indicates that President Tinubu will meet with the Equatorial Guinean President at the Presidential Villa on arrival, where meetings will be held between the two leaders and agreements, particularly on oil and gas and security, signed. The President will be accompanied on the trip by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, and other members of his cabinet who will be involved in the signing of agreements and review of opportunities to improve bilateral relations.
Nigeria and 5 Nordic countries are advancing discussions on expansion of trade and diplomatic relations. Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga, who hosted his counterparts from the 5 countries, said technology transfer, particularly in CNG and renewable energy, was top on the agenda. The reports.
Already has robust relations with individual countries of the Nordic region, but collective aspirations as a bloc to align with that of Nigeria in the area of trade, human rights and democracy is what this meeting is about. While the head of the delegation and Swedish Minister of Foreign Affairs Tobias Bistrom praised President Bola Tinubu's leadership role in ECOWAS to advance democracy, he reaffirmed the Nordic region's support for his slot for Africa in the United Nations Security Council, a disposition Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga was excited about.
Nigeria and the Nordics are key partners in an array of areas, not only global and regional security, but also trade and investment, promoting human rights and democracy, as well as combating climate change.
They have what you refer to as the cyclical economy, where nothing goes. So all this talk about renewable technology, they're very advanced when it comes to that. We're also looking to partner with them on that. We have NASENI, for instance, National Agency for Science, Engineering and Infrastructure. They're doing a lot with solar, with even the CNG that we're talking about.
Trade volume between Nigeria and the 5 Nordic countries of Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Iceland and Norway stood at $4.3 billion in 2022 and expected to scale up to around $6 billion in 2025. In Abuja, Kelvin Ewonwaye, NTA News.
The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has signed performance bonds with heads of agencies and parastatals under his ministry, urging them to work towards sustaining the tempo in communicating the policies of the Renewed Hope agenda. This was at a retreat for the ministry's directors, heads of its agencies and parastatals in Abuja. Salihu Guarara reports.
On the streets of Abuja, the voices of these Nigerians are becoming louder on what they describe as a paradigm shift in information management. What drives any government in Africa is propaganda. The people are getting more enlightened, and I think they are really coming out to tell people what the government is doing. It's absolutely fantastic. I have nothing to fault the minister for. I have nothing. Honestly, in terms of information management, I don't have any fault for it. He has not defaulted in any way. These submissions from the public and the signing of the performance bond at this sectoral retreat on presidential priorities and ministerial deliverables are a boost to enable the ministry to sustain its transformation in terms of information dissemination.
Transparency plays a crucial role in fostering and reinforcing that trust. I want to use this opportunity to remind us all that as a Minister of Information, we must understand the efforts that the government is putting into a new role as a response to the era of improved minimum wage, student loans, consumer credit, loans to big and small businesses, as well as different support grants. The government is also not resting on its oars regarding infrastructure and social projects around the country.
The Renewed Hope agenda is a beacon of progress and transformation, and it is incumbent on us to ensure that we effectively communicate its objectives and achievements to the Nigerian people.
The agencies assures that through their delivery task team, the ministry will remain top in propagating the policies of a renewed hope.
To make sure that we sustain public confidence in government and also disseminate information that will reach to the grassroots so that the government will be able to know exactly what the government is doing vis-a-vis. We also transmit the views and also public opinions to the government.
All of us, DGs, CEOs, we're going to take this information, extrapolate it down to our different directorates, and we're all going to be laser focused on carrying out the deliverables that have been placed before us.
There were presentations by resource persons, including the coordinator, Central Results Delivery and Coordinating Unit. In Abuja, Salihu Guarara, NTA News.
You're watching NTA Ijebu ode News at 7. The news continues shortly. Don't go away.
Ààrẹ gómìnà Ọbaládé àgbà ọ̀dọ́ àtọmọdé jákèjádò àtìgbèdé NTA Ijebu ode. Ààrẹ gómìnà Ọbaládé àgbà ọ̀dọ́ àtọmọdé jákèjádò àtìgbèdé NTA Ijebu ode. Your heritage station, we are the light of nation and the light of generation. NTA Ijebu ode. Station, we are the light of nation and the light of generation. NTA Ijebu ode. NTA Ijebu ode, your heritage station.
Welcome back. The Ogun State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has arrested suspects who vandalized rail tracks and impersonated EFCC and Nigeria Army to defraud unsuspecting Nigerians. Ogun State Commandant of the Corps, David Ojelabi, while parading the suspects, reiterates NSCDC's zero tolerance for the vandalization of critical national infrastructure. Yemi Dalimon reports.
The two suspects were allegedly arrested at various locations in Ogun State while carrying out their economic sabotage activities. 20-year-old Idris was arrested by Kajola community residents in Ifo local government area of Ogun State. He was caught vandalizing the rail tracks and handed over to the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps for prosecution. Augustine, on the other hand, had his hands soiled after many years of impersonating both EFCC and Nigeria Army officials to defraud members of the public, and was caught after a failed sale of a vehicle which proceed he had already squandered.
I used my money to do that Nigerian Army force in where they used to do vest. I lied to the guy that I'm a soldier.
This I want to see. I don't buy it for me and my brother 30,000. I don't know something they have.
Ogun State Commandant NSCDC David Ojelabi notes that the effective synergy with members of the public and inter-agency collaboration are already yielding positive results, with more criminals being apprehended.
The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has zero tolerance to any form of vandalization of critical national assets and infrastructure of be it national, state, or local government, even of the individuals.
NSCDC says it will not relent in the task of protecting critical national threat and Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
Since technological deconstruction of the mass media has and will always remain a global reality, media managers, particularly broadcast media, and owners must devise context-specific strategies to mitigate the negative impact of the wrongful adoption and implication of technology in the mass media. A university don, Professor Ayodeji Thomas Odunlami, gave this recommendation at the Olabisi Onabanjo University Agowoye 119th inaugural lecture. Details of that report will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. Up next is sports update with Gift Judge.
For the 2024 Paralympic Games have departed the country for a training tour in Germany ahead of the commencement of the Paralympic Games. The Paralympians will participate in badminton, table tennis, and powerlifting. President of the Paralympic Committee of Nigeria, Sunday Odebode, charged the athletes to make the country proud by winning medals. Nigeria got 10 medals at the last Paralympic Games in Tokyo, Japan in 2020. The Paralympic Games will commence on August 28 to September 8, 2024. To grassroots football development, after about 2 weeks intensive training, the Youth Arise Football Academy Summer Camp ended its Lagos program at the Obele Mini Stadium, Surulere, Lagos, with about 100 young players between the ages of 4 and 19 participating. The grassroots program, which will now be based in Lagos, having been to Jos and Abuja, hopes to develop players who can combine football and education with the vision of creating a pathway to making them professional players in the future. Novelty matches were played in the under 10, under 13, under 15, and under 19. And ladies, in memory of late Olayiwola Olagbemiro, who was a former Green Eagles player and a former technical director of the Nigerian Football Federation.
We are structured for development, because without development, the players cannot be valuable. So in the summer camp, really, a lot of boys developed. They started to play proper football. Their strength increased, their stamina increased, and the participation level.
In combat sports, season 2 of the Yucateco Boxing League commenced in Lagos with interesting bouts in week 1 of the league. 12 boxing clubs are featuring in season 2, with about 312 boxers competing in 572 bouts for the season. Season 2 will see the league go to 12 states across the federation, showcasing male and female boxers in 13 weight categories as they compete for the ultimate prize.
What we are doing is the work. And what has happened in Paris actually shows that this is just the right way to go. This is the kind of thing that we need to make sure we change the rhythm.
In the first fight, Taiwo Adeboye of AGB Boxing Club beat Samuel Danusi of Ogbam Family Boxing Club in the 51-kilogram category. With sports update, Gifts George, NTA News.
That wraps it up on tonight's edition of NTA Ijebu Ode News at 7. Up next is the news translation in Yoruba. I am Ijebu ode. Good evening.